The history of Black Native Americans is intricately woven with the fabric of American history, marked by a legacy of resilience in the face of profound adversity. Central to this narrative is the period of Indian boarding schools, a system designed to assimilate Native American children into white society. These schools, operating from the late 19th to the mid-20th century, tore children from their families, stripping them of their languages, cultures, and identities. Black Native American children, caught in the intersection of racial prejudice against both Black and Native American identities, faced a particularly brutal reality. They endured the cruelty of forced assimilation alongside the sting of anti-Black racism, even within the confines of institutions designed to eradicate indigenous cultures. The trauma inflicted during this era continues to reverberate through generations, manifesting in disparities across health, education, and economic well-being. The boarding school era serves as a stark reminder of the systemic racism embedded within American history. This legacy of forced assimilation continues to cast a shadow over the lives of Black Native Americans, underscoring the urgent need for acknowledgement, understanding, and ultimately, healing. The experience of Black Native Americans lays bare the stark realities of dual discrimination. They face prejudice and exclusion from both dominant society and, at times, from within their own tribal communities. This duality of discrimination creates a unique set of challenges, often leading to a sense of invisibility and marginalization. This prejudice manifests in tangible ways, limiting access to opportunities and resources. Black Native Americans are often underrepresented in data collection, leading to a lack of understanding of their specific needs and challenges. This invisibility further exacerbates their struggles, making it more difficult to advocate for policies and programs that address their unique circumstances. The intersection of their Black and Native American identities, rather than being a source of strength and pride, often becomes a point of vulnerability. This reality demands a shift in perspective, one that recognizes and values the richness of their heritage while actively dismantling the systems that perpetuate their marginalization. The ongoing overdose crisis, fueled by the rise of fentanyl and other potent synthetic opioids, has cast a harsh light on the health disparities plaguing marginalized communities. Among those disproportionately affected are older Black men, a demographic grappling with the cumulative impact of systemic racism, economic disadvantage, and inadequate access to health care. This crisis lays bare the long-lasting consequences of historical trauma and ongoing discrimination. Black Americans, including those of mixed Native American heritage, are more likely to reside in communities ravaged by the opioid epidemic, with limited access to quality health care, addiction treatment, and harm reduction services. The factors contributing to these disparities are complex and interconnected, encompassing social isolation, economic hardship, and the enduring legacy of historical trauma. Addressing this crisis requires a multifaceted approach, one that tackles not only the immediate needs of those struggling with addiction, but also the systemic inequities that fuel its grip on vulnerable communities. Despite the formidable challenges, glimmers of hope emerge from the tireless work of community organizations and advocates fighting for justice and equity. Initiatives like NIDA's Racial Equity Initiative are working to dismantle barriers to substance use treatment and support services, recognizing the urgent need for culturally responsive care that addresses the unique needs of Black communities. The federal task force investigating Indian boarding schools represents a crucial step towards acknowledging the horrors of the past and their lasting impact on generations of Black Native Americans. This investigation, alongside efforts to document survivor testimonies and explore potential avenues for reparations, signifies a growing commitment to reckoning with the nation's history of racial injustice. The path forward requires a collective commitment to dismantling systemic racism and creating a society that values the lives and experiences of all its members. This necessitates investing in community-based solutions, expanding access to healthcare and addiction treatment, and amplifying the voices of those most impacted by these intersecting crises. Through these efforts, we can begin to heal the wounds of the past and build a future where justice and equity prevail.